Let me ask you, have you ever had a conversation where you thought you were right and you thought the other person was wrong and vice versa, only to discover that down the track that maybe it was the other way around? You ever had that moment in your life? Uh, if you're married, you're probably smiling and going 100%. I've had that happen to me. Certainly, that's an experience I've had with my amazing wife, Christy, multiple times for me, where I was here and the reality was I didn't quite have it right. So, look, this happens in business, and depending upon your psych profile, it sometimes can be stronger than other people, right? So I remember one time where I'm a huge fan of coaching, right? I've been a coach for many years myself, nearly 2 decades. I have always had good coaches around me for the other businesses that I've owned. I've also owned 7 different businesses. I remember one day I went into a coaching session with my coach, and one of my businesses I wanted to license that business. I was going to replicate it and sell licenses. And essentially I walked into the coaching session and said to the person, okay, I'm going to license this business. I've made that decision. So what I want to know is what's my best way to go and do that. And my coach started challenging me on it and saying, hey, are you sure it's the right way? And we started getting in this, I'm right, you're wrong, don't stop me, we're going to do it, right? And I kept pushing back on him. And eventually I was so firm on it that I actually got up and walked out of the coaching session, right? And said, you don't know what you're on about, Mr. Coach. I'm off to do this. Anyway, after cooling down, I realized that by him asking me those questions, I did not go and license that business too, by the way, and most likely saved myself a massive dumb tax, right? But the point of it is I was stuck here, instead of doing what this thing is, which is called the triangle of possibilities. I did not want to look at the possibilities, okay? So big picture on this one, we have a saying for it. We've developed a saying for this now, is that if you're ever in a right-wrong conversation and you're having it with someone and you believe you're right and you believe they're wrong, that we encourage you to say this thing and go, isn't that interesting, Bob? Tell me more about, what's the possibility here that they're right, okay? So again, ties in quite nicely with the I know flip chart, the I know principle, is to go, how do you stay open and look at the possibilities that there might be other pathways here? So keep a close eye on this one. Triangle of possibilities. It will absolutely open up for you in terms of decision making and making great quality decisions in business, in life, in all different areas. All right, enjoy it. Go execute.